Once upon a time in the city of Medina, during the 3rd year of the Islamic calendar, a joyous occasion unfolded within the household of Ali and Fatima, the daughter of the Prophet Muhammad. It was the 15th day of Ramadan, a month of blessings and mercy. As the news of the birth of their newborn son spread, the Prophet Muhammad himself came to visit. With tender affection, he cradled the baby boy in his arms, feeling the warmth of divine blessing emanating from his innocent presence. In a moment of profound significance, the Prophet leaned closer to the child's tiny ears and softly whispered the azan, the call to prayer, and the iqama, the call to establish prayer. With a voice filled with love and admiration, he declared, "This is a beautiful child. I name him Hasan." And thus, Hasan, the grandson of the Prophet, was welcomed into the world amidst the prayers and blessings of the noblest of souls. From that moment onward, Hasan's life was intertwined with the teachings and guidance of his grandfather, the Prophet Muhammad. Under the loving care of his parents, Ali and Fatima, he grew up in the serene atmosphere of Medina, surrounded by the wisdom of Islam and the example of piety. As Hasan grew, his presence in the mosque became a source of joy for the companions of the Prophet. Whenever he entered, the Prophet would scoop him up, placing him tenderly beside him, while the companions watched in awe and affection. But tragedy struck when Hasan was only 8 years old. First, his beloved grandfather, the Prophet, departed from this world, leaving behind a legacy of love and guidance. Soon after, Hasan's mother, Fatima, also passed away, leaving a void in his heart that could never be filled. Despite these losses, Hasan found solace in the presence of his father, Ali, and his younger brother, Hussein. Together, they weathered the storms of grief and embraced their roles in shaping the future of Islam. In the bustling streets of Medina, a spirit of generosity and compassion thrived within the household of Ali, and his family. Amidst the clamor of a growing Muslim community, they stood as beacons of selflessness and humility. At the heart of their ethos lay a sacred trust, established to uplift those who had little to gain from the prosperity sweeping across the land. Hasan and his younger brother, entrusted as the guardians of this noble endeavor, worked tirelessly alongside the companions of the Holy Prophet to ensure its success. Every evening, the aroma of freshly cooked food wafted from their modest home, where Ali, and his family resided without pomp or luxury. Instead of indulging in the spoils of conquest, they chose to share their blessings with those in need, setting a powerful example for all to follow. Through their unwavering commitment to serving others, Hasan witnessed the transformation of the Islamic State into a formidable nation. Yet, amidst the triumphs and challenges, a rift emerged within the community. Some sought favor from Ali, only to turn against him when their desires went unfulfilled. As the years passed, Hasan's resolve only grew stronger, fueled by a deep sense of duty to his faith and his community. And though the path ahead was fraught with obstacles, he remained committed to upholding the values of compassion, humility, and justice that defined his family's legacy. After the demise of the 3rd Caliph, Osman, the events led to Imam Ali being elected as the 4th Caliph by a popular vote among the companions of the Holy Prophet. However, as Imam Ali assumed leadership, discontent began to brew among certain individuals who sought personal gain and special favors from him. When their desires went unfulfilled, they turned against Imam Ali, threatening to destabilize his reign. The stage was set for a momentous conflict, known as the Battle of Jamal. Hazrat Ali's unwavering resolve and strength led to victory in this significant battle. As a result of his triumph, Imam Ali made a strategic decision to relocate the capital from Medina to Kufa. Established during the reign of the 2nd Caliph, Kufa proved more central to the rapidly expanding Muslim empire than Medina itself. This shrewd move allowed for better governance and control over all corners of an empire stretching from North Africa in the west to Persia and Azerbaijan in the east. It was a crucial step towards maintaining stability and order within this vast Muslim state. Hazrat Ali entrusted loyal governors to oversee various provinces, carefully selecting individuals based on their trustworthiness rather than favoring his own family members. Meanwhile, his children remained by his side in Madinah or joined him in crucial battles such as Jamal, Siffin, and Narwan. Imam Ali and his son Imam Hassan displayed exemplary valor and skill in defeating their adversaries during these battles. Their Hashemite bravery shone through as they fought to protect their authority and uphold justice. Discover that Muawiya ibn Abu Sufyan emerged as a formidable opponent to Imam Ali's rule. He challenged Ali's authority and relentlessly fought to maintain control over Syria. Despite facing near defeat at Siffin, Muawiya's atrocities against Imam Ali's rule persisted. Even after Ali's martyrdom in Kufa Mosque in 41 Hijri and Hassan's subsequent election as caliph, Muawiya remained a thorn in their path. Imam Hassan, as the son of Ali, faced significant challenges as he assumed leadership after his father's martyrdom. Muawiya, who aimed to discredit the house of Ali and undermine Islam, launched a propaganda campaign. He enticed commanders in Imam Hassan's army with promises of wealth and power, leading to desertions and weakening Imam Hassan's position. Like his grandfather, Prophet Muhammad, Imam Hassan pursued peace as a means of resolving conflicts. His victory lay in negotiating a treaty with Muawiya rather than engaging in further bloodshed. This treaty protected faithful Muslims, whose premature deaths on the battlefield would have endangered the essence of original Islam. Imam Hassan's peaceful approach paved the way for his younger brother, Imam Hussein, to make his courageous stand later on. Both brothers upheld their blessed grandfather's teachings by defending what was right and rejecting evil without compromise. They wholeheartedly accepted their fate, finding solace in praising their Creator during times of happiness and adversity while adhering to divine laws. Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein, two brothers, were fortunate to have been raised in an environment deeply rooted in the pure spirit of Islam. Their early years were spent in the close company of Prophet Muhammad, who held a special love for them. In fact, the Prophet himself proclaimed that both Hassan and Hussein are the leaders of the youth in paradise. Traditions passed down from their mother, and from Salama, the wife of Prophet Muhammad, confirm that Imam Hassan was among the 5 individuals mentioned in verse 33 of the Quran. This verse signifies Allah's desire to keep these members of the household pure and protected from abominations. The Prophet even covered them with a garment during this occasion, and declared them as his family members. It was during another significant event called Mubahala that the Prophet took these 5 individuals with him to demonstrate to others who belonged to his Ahlul Bayt, the household. Anas bin Malik reports that no one resembled Prophet Muhammad more than Imam Hassan bin Ali. This is a testament to his character and qualities that reflected those of his grandfather, further highlighting his importance within Islam. After stepping down from leadership, Imam Hassan retired to Madinah and dedicated the remaining 10 years of his life to teaching the Quran and spreading knowledge of true faith to those who sought it. Despite his abdication, he never relinquished his position as an imam and guide appointed by God. However, Muawiya, from the very beginning, violated every term of the treaty agreed upon between him and Imam Hassan. He disregarded the treaty and openly declared that he had seized power not to teach people about Islam but for personal gain. Anyone who opposed him would face dire consequences. Muawiya's ultimate goal was to ensure that power remained within his family by appointing his son Yazid as the ruler after him. For this plan to succeed, Imam Hassan needed to pass away before Muawiya. To achieve this, Muawiya bribed Judah bint Ashith to poison Imam Hassan in 50 Hijri. The poisoning took its toll on Imam Hassan, causing his death on the 28th of Safar at the age of 47.
In his last will and testament, Imam Hassan asked his brother Imam Hussein to take his body first to their grandfather Prophet Muhammad's grave, before burying him beside their mother Fatima in Jannat al-Baqi cemetery. He was aware of the animosity that existed between Banu Umayyah and Prophet Muhammad's family. He wished to avoid any disputes or conflicts over his burial. Unfortunately, when mourners carried Imam Hassan's body toward Prophet Muhammad's grave at the mosque, their enemies emerged and prevented them from reaching it. As per Imam Hussein's realization that insisting on burying their brother near Prophet Muhammad would result in bloodshed, they decided against it. Instead, they buried him in Jannat al-Baqi next to their mother's grave. This incident reflects both the deep love and respect for Prophet Muhammad within Ahlul Bayt, Prophet Muhammad's household, as well as the opposition they faced from those who harbored animosity towards them. Imam Hassan's three sons, Qasim, Abdullah, and Hasan Ibn, participated in the jihad alongside their uncle Imam Hussein. Unfortunately, Qasim and Abdullah succumbed to their injuries in Karbala, while Hasan Ibn survived. After being wounded, he was rescued by the Banu Asad tribesmen who treated him until he recovered. Later on, when the family of the Prophet was released from captivity and returned to Karbala, Hasan Ibn joined them. He was approximately 17 years old at that time. Hasan Ibn later married Imam Hussein's daughter, Fatima Sughra. Their union became the lineage from which descendants of Imam Hassan trace their ancestry. His son Abdullah had 4 sons, Muhammad Nafs Zakiya, Ibrahim, Sulayman, and Idris. Muhammad Nafs Zakiya rose against Mansur II Abbasid Caliph and attained martyrdom in 142 Hijri 762 AD. Ibrahim also fought against Mansur in Baghdad and was martyred a year later in 143 Hijri, 763 AD. 2 other great-grandsons of Imam Hassan Sulayman and Idris migrated to Iran and Tunisia respectively. The descendants of Imam Hassan through Idris flourished in North Africa and played a crucial role in bringing Islam to the Maghreb region. Meanwhile, many of Sulayman's descendants settled in Kerman, spreading Islam throughout Persia before some eventually migrated to India. Imam Hassan endured significant hardships throughout his life akin to those faced by his grandfather, Prophet Muhammad, his father Ali, mother Fatima, and other members of Ahlul Bayt after him. The Quran reminds us that life is a test for all individuals. While some may become arrogant or agnostic due to life's challenges, this was not true for the people of Prophet Muhammad's household who endured hardships with gratitude towards God.
In conclusion, Imam Hassan's early life was defined by loss, tragedy, and betrayal. Despite enduring the death of his mother, his father's martyrdom, and the abandonment of supporters, he displayed unwavering faith and resilience. His experiences underscore the strength needed to overcome adversity with grace and dignity.